Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing this makeup look and it's using the Urban Decay Naked Palette. The reason why I wanted to do this video using this palette is because this was the first palette that I ever purchased, and it was the first like real makeup product that really got me started and into makeup. That's how I learned how to do makeup, was watching YouTube videos, and the first video that I ever watched was using this palette. So I just really wanted to do this video and create a makeup look using this palette, because if it's sitting in your drawer and you haven't used it in a while, or if this is your go-to palette and you want to do something new with it, then this video is for you. So I really hope that you guys enjoy this video. If you have any requests or comments or anything, just let me know down below in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new, because I post videos usually about 3 times a week. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's get into the tutorial. I am going to start off this look with the Origins Ginseng Moisturizer. As you can see, I've been breaking out like a mother, and all my breakouts, they're just like leaving these really dark spots all over, and they just haven't been going away. Just really frustrating. I did give myself a self-tan, so if I look a little orangey or patchy on my hand, that's because I didn't do the best job. So I'm going to use both the Anastasia Brow Wiz in Taupe and the Kevin Aucoin Precision Brow Pencil in Brunette. I want to use the brunette on the outer part of my brow, because this brow pencil is probably my favorite. I've come to the conclusion it lasts a lot longer than the Brow Wiz. It is more expensive, unfortunately, but it's more pigmented. So I think I'm gonna go and get the taupe one, because I got this when my hair was like really dark at the top, but I really love this pencil. So, and now I'm going to do the taupe on the inner part of the brow. Next, I want to carve out the bottom of it. I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Concealer. This is the shade Y23, but since I'm like super tan, this color actually doesn't work, but I don't really know what else to use. Next, I'm going to prime. I'm using the Painterly Paint Pot from MAC. This is definitely my favorite primer ever. I feel like I never have problems with it creasing or anything like that. And now, because we're gonna be doing some dramatic type stuff, I'm just gonna take any kind of powder and just set my eyelids. I feel like this just gives me an even base for the eyeshadow just to lay on top of, and it doesn't like pick up in some areas and not in others and all that kind of stuff. Then I'm going to take some of that and run it through the brow so that this looks a little bit more natural and not drawn on. So I'm going to take the color Naked, this color right here, and I'm going to use my E40 brush from Sigma. Get it in there real good and buff it all over. I'm just going in circular motions. I'm getting it on the lid, getting it in the crease. Just try not to get it into the brow bone area. And if you do, it's not that big of a deal. It really isn't. This is just gonna be like your base shade for everything else to lay on top of. In the crease, it's gonna give you a little bit of dimension. Now I'm gonna take an E35 brush, and I'm taking Buck. It's a little bit darker and a little bit more orangey, and I'm gonna put that into the crease as well. And I'm gonna bring my brush kind of coming from the top and going downwards so that it kind of avoids the lid area. Kind of like so. And I'm kind of like wiggling it around my eyeball. Like I can feel the ball. I'm kind of just going around it. Just building on it, making it more intense. Take that first shade Naked and buff this out a little bit. I'm gonna use Creep right here. It's the like black one. And I'm gonna line right in the crease. And then I'm gonna go back into Buck and go like right over top of it. I'm gonna take a pencil brush and just buff it out. And if you get any fallout on the lid or anything, that's totally fine. We're gonna go back in and clean it up in just a minute. Just a minute! Okay, it's looking a little crazy. I'm gonna go in with Naked and blend this out. I'm gonna use this clean 242 brush from Makeup Forever, because it just really helps to blend out your stuff and make it look really like diffused. So I never, well, I don't want to say never, but I usually don't put any eyeshadow on this brush. I just like it clean, just to kind of, I don't know, blend it all together and make it look very... Next, I am going to take Virgin. It's the lightest shade in the palette and use that as my brow bone highlight. This is the E20 brush from Sigma. Next, I'm gonna try a new technique, which I'm really nervous about because I've never done it before. I'm gonna use the Makeup Forever concealer. It doesn't have to be this concealer, it can be any concealer. And I'm gonna use my 242 brush from MAC. And I'm gonna put a little bit of this on my hand. And I'm very slowly and very carefully gonna carve out my cut crease and make it like wow. So let's try this. I really hope I don't mess that up because I'm gonna be really pissed if I do. Okay. Cool beans, man. So now that is like cut and it's wet from the concealer. So on the other side of this brush, I think I'm gonna take Smog, this darker bronzy shade here, and I'm gonna put it all over the eyelid and hopefully this looks good. Actually, I'm gonna keep this Smog on the outer part and I'm gonna take Half Baked and put it on the inner part. Yes, that's what I want. Yay, that turned out what I wanted it to look like. So I'm gonna take a random brush and just dust away all of this. I'm going to use the Inglot Gel Liner in number 77 just to give me a pretty dramatic wing. And I'm using an E10 brush from Sigma. I'm quickly going to apply some Better Than Sex mascara to my lashes. And I'm going in with the House of Lashes Iconic Lashes. These were recommended to me by Miss Tiffany K here on YouTube. If you're not watching her, what are you even doing with your life? These are the first time that I'm going to be wearing them and I'm really excited because they're just so talked about and everybody uses them and they're pretty affordable, so. Moving on to my face. I'm going to use the Jouer Anti-Blemish Mattifying Primer, clearly, because what is going on over here? I like this because it mattifies my face, but it also, it doesn't feel like drying, which is really nice. So I went and I looked through my foundations and I'm pale AF. So finding a foundation was really hard. The only one I found is the Too Faced Born This Way in the color Nude. This is what I wore last summer every single day. Pretty sure it's empty though. I'm gonna try to get it out. Oh, hey, what's up? That's a little desperate, but this foundation is awesome. I'm gonna try a new concealer. This is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. And I'm really tan right now, so I'm hoping that this shade will work. It's neutral medium. I've never used it or even opened it because I'm so fair, and with concealers, I want to be brighter anyways. I'm going to use my tried and true F64 Soft Blend Concealer Brush from Sigma. Ooh, that covers so nicely. Ooh, this is like such a weird formula. It's like a gel kind of consistency. I really like it. I'm going to go in with the Terracotta Spray from Guerlain. I feel like my face is still just a little lighter than my neck, so I'm going to use this just to bronze me up and bring some of that color back into my face. And now I'm going to bronze my skin. I'm going to use the NARS Laguna Bronzer because it's got more of that, like, I don't know, like a more bronzy kind of color, a little bit warmer. I'm just trying to balance out as much as possible while still making me look bronze and contoured, you know? And now I don't normally do this, but I'm going to use the Laura Mercier translucent powder and I'm gonna bake just under the contour because since I'm breaking out right there, I didn't use an actual contour powder because when I do that, it tends to turn like a grayish color. So instead I just bronzed and then I'm going to sharpen it by using this bad boy. So my battery just died, so I went and I ate some chicken. Charged my battery, now I'm back, so we're gonna move back up to the eye area. That concealer was really, really creamy. I just need to set it with something quick because I think that everything is just gonna melt down onto that concealer. I'm gonna take Buck and I'm going to use just a flat shader brush and put this right at the lash line. And then I'm just gonna buff that out with some of the Naked color. And then I'm taking some of the black and putting it right at the lash line so that it can fade just from like the black at the lash line to the buck to the naked, and it just kind of fades out, kind of like what we did with the crease area. I'm going to add the Rimmel Nude Scandalized Liner because this just, I don't know, it opens up the eye, makes them look bigger and rounder, and it draws more attention to that bottom under eye shadow that we applied. Now I'm going to apply a ton of this highlighter, that Virgin shade, maybe mix it with a little bit of Sin, and put this right into the inner corner. And I really want this to be bright up in here. All right, I'm gonna buff out this powder that we had baking on the face, even though it kind of like dusted off since I had it sitting there for like an hour while I ate my chicken. What's next? I need a little bit more blush. I'm gonna use Super Orgasm from NARS. Ugh, it's like falling apart. It's a little bit more pinky, but you know, that's okay. All right, I'm going to use the Apricot Shimmer Brick from Bobbi Brown. It looks like this. I got mine at the Cosmetics Company outlet store. And I'm just gonna take the top shades and use that as my highlight. So I'm so sick of doing the same nude lip combo or always using the same products. So I just went through and picked out stuff that I've like never used before or haven't used in a while. So the first thing I picked was this. This is a gloss stain from Monica Dar. And it's in the color, well, I don't know if it's Lucky or if it's Lip Locked. That's what it says there. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm probably gonna top it with this gloss from Anastasia called Sunset Strip. I want it to be like bronzy and corally at the same time. Oh yeah. That is a pretty color. I just feel like that lip totally tied this all together. I'm so happy. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead over top of that with the Sunset Strip lip gloss. So this is the completed look. I'm quickly going to add one other eyeshadow that is not in the Naked palette, and just because I added this lip, I feel like it needs it. You don't have to add it because this is fine with this lip. You could add any lip with this really, but I really want to add a little bit of this into the crease just to give it just a little peachiness up in there. So I'm doing this last because it's not necessary at all, but it's necessary to me. Okay, and I'm just so lightly putting this in here. Oh, and look, like, okay, you guys are probably like, I don't see shit, but oh yeah. I mean, do you see the difference? This has the poppy color and this does not. So that was the completed makeup look. I hope that you guys liked the video and liked the look. If there was anything that you saw like in my makeup collection video that you've never seen me use, or you know, whatever, let me know if you want a video on it, because I would love to do something like that, because I feel like with makeup I can kind of get in a rut and I don't really know what to do, but I'm starting to feel like super inspired. I've got so many different makeup tutorial ideas. So any ideas that you have, just let me know, because I would love to put it out there. For instance, today I was gonna do a purple smoky eye, but I asked you guys on Snapchat and you guys said this and not the purple one. So subscribe before you leave. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.